Hello and welcome guys to this video, which is going to be all around the top 10 cloth nappies of 2023. To give you a quick introduction, I'm Alina and I have been reviewing cloth nappies and brands for the last couple of years now. So that means I've looked over 20 different brands, each of which has their different types of cloth nappies as well. So I am hoping that although there are some brands that I definitely need to still try out, like Petit Ooze, or I want to try Thirsties as well, I am going to share with you the ones that I have been trying, the ones that I have been using the past year or two, and then tell you the ones that I love the most, give you like the top 10. What we're going to do is actually work through 10 to first and our winner, and make sure to check out the description section if you wanted to have a look at like the brands and the types of cloth nappies as well. I'd love for you guys to comment down below to let me know what you loved in 2022 and which ones you'd recommend to others in 2023. I've put together a sheet for you guys that you can go and check out, and there's different information on that sheet. Basically, you don't only see like the brands and things that I have reviewed, you can actually check out the YouTube videos. I've added links into that document as well for you guys so that you can go and check those out, but actually I've put it together so that you guys can see if there's any like discount codes that you can still currently use to get 10 or 15% off or however much, so that you could start and try out new brands if you wanted to. But the other thing is you can check out where to buy these cloth nappies if you wanted to as well. None of these links are affiliate links, so go ahead and have a look and see what you think. I'm going to go into this video pretty much straight away, but before I do, if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. I do these in my spare time. I also work full time. I'm a mum, I've got a dog, like it gets a little bit crazy over here. So any motivation that you can give me, even via like and a comment, is very much appreciated and goes a long way. Cool, so let's get to it. Let's start off with our number 10. So 10th position is Alva Nappies. If you've seen my previous videos, you will know that pretty early on, I didn't get on with their poppers. I know I started out with the negative, but don't worry, that's the only negative that I've got pretty much. And basically I just wanted to show you that I'm not going mad. Look, they're really tough to like do up and then unpop compared to all of the other brands that I've tried. I don't know what it is, but I didn't get on with them. However, I'd say they're probably the most giftable brand in the sense that they have the most beautiful designs. They're vibrant, they're like really like colourful, they're perfect for like kids growing up, development stage, like those colours, like primary colours as well. So I definitely do recommend that. I also know that they're a really affordable brand. So when it comes to the gifting side of things, I like to gift it because I know like it wasn't too expensive, or like it wasn't like the top of the bands, because I don't know if they're actually going to pursue cloth nappies. So I give them one or two to try out to see whether they'd even start the cloth nappy journey. But because they're so beautiful as well, they actually make a really lovely gift. So for me, I've put it in number 10 just because of the poppers pretty much. But basically I think they're a really good pocket nappy that are really easy to use and come at a really affordable price as well. So let's get on to our number 9. 9th position is Bambino Mio wrap specifically. So this one's a little bit different to all of my other ones because firstly it doesn't have the sizing here, so you can't actually change it or change it to become smaller. So I'd say you probably can't use it on a newborn. I would probably start using this from about, I don't know, 4 to 5 months, depends on how big your baby is, so that it's a good fit. I would usually use it with a really big pre-fold, so this is the extra large one from Bambino Mio as well, but I like the fact that there's versatility in this one as well. So what I'm trying to say here is that not only can you like use the pre-fold with this one, but if you wanted to use like the wrap inside, so like make sure that you have, I don't know, lots and lots of like not durable, I always forget this word, absorbent material to make sure that this is around your baby, then you use like the wrap to actually cover this. It means that when you are out and about, you technically only need to bring with you another set of these, or technically even this. So if they don't actually like go number 2, but it's just wetness in there, you can swap it out, and that means you don't need to bring so much with you when you're out and about. So I think it's a really good option for that. But otherwise, because of the sizing and because we didn't really use it as much as the others, I've put it in number 9. But I really do think it's a good option, especially if you're going out a lot. 8th position for me is Pim Pam. So I'll show you the brand design right there. Basically, it comes with 2 inserts, which I say are probably more of a mix. They're not fully microfiber because I can tell by the feeling of it. I can't actually remember the quantities and stuff like that. However, I do think that they're quite good. Probably not as good as like just solely hemp or cotton. However, they're still really good. They also come with like these clickers, poppers that you can clip onto your actual nappy too, if you could see over here. This actually comes with a downside. So the reason why we had to stop using this one quite soon is because actually it became a little bit too tight. And the reason for that is, even though we would use like the end poppers right here, we would pop into that, because it's got poppers inside as well, this would dig into my baby boy's thighs. So even though we do like the biggest, which actually fits him fine, but it was a little bit snug, these poppers inside meant that we stopped using it because it kept digging into him. So that's a real shame. I actually really love the design. It's really chic, like a really chic brand. I like that. I like the fact that it's good quality. Even though these aren't the best quality, they're actually quite good. So I'd say they're mid-range, and I could easily like have this and swap it out with another very high quality insert to make sure that it is durable enough for our day. So this is 8th place, and let's move on. So what was it? 10, 9, 8, and this one is 7th place. So this is Bunny and Bear. So it was a little bit tough for me to choose the next couple, maybe a few, to decide which one goes in what place, because I think this is like a nice standard pocket nappy, really easy to use, really lovely design. I love how fresh it is. Like, I love greens, and anyway, but it's quite like muted tones as well, so it's not too in your face. I like the fact that it also had like the gussets inside, but overall it's pretty much a standard cloth nappy, but I do recommend it because we've used it time and time again. 6th place, so 6th place would be Fia for me. So I actually really like these. So not only is the cloth nappy super awesome, it's super pretty. As I said, it's very similar to the other one actually, because it's quite like botanical. It's got quite greens and it's quite muted colours. I do feel like this one is a little bit better quality, just because we've been through the same washes as the other one, but this one seems to have kept its quality a little bit better. Essentially, it also has gussets, so very similar to the other one as well, but I very much like the inserts, whereas the other one I think I got second hand. I can't quite remember, but I couldn't find any inserts that actually go with that, so I can't explain whether it's better or not. However, these came with the Fia branded cloth nappy, so that's 2 that you get, and I actually found that these to be a little bit longer than the usual ones that I would have, and therefore I'd put it into this place. And I think that actually they are mixed, so microfiber and hemp. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I definitely do think that they're good quality. I would do similar what I did to the other one, and that's swap one out, so I think that was the Pim Pams, and actually add it in with a good high quality insert as well, so I do that. But not only is it the cloth nappy that's super beautiful, I also absolutely love their wet bags as well. So they do super durable, like trust me, I put a lot into that wet bag and it's huge, and there's been no rips, so touch wood, it's been great quality. It lasted me. I can like pat it out. I took it to places like Center Parks with me, so if you want to check out the vlog and the cloth nappy routine that I took on there, please do check that out. But essentially, like I just think like the brand is just good quality. I also like the fact that it's independent and quite small as well, so I do hope that it grows. If you guys are fancying to try out different brands, then this one's definitely for you. 5th place, guys, is Nappy News, and the reason why I really like Nappy News, so firstly, They're a really lovely design. It's quite different. It's like animals that I really like. It's quite like vibrant and colourful too. It has the leg gussets that the other ones have, but it also has like the opening at the front. So this one couldn't be my winner, just because I'm not a big fan of openings at the front, because I would usually add more inserts to my cloth nappies, because I've got a baby boy and he wees mostly at the front because of his wiener, and therefore like I feel like there's a bit too much wiggle room at the front there. However, their pocket nappies come popped together. So this top one is obviously like a more mix compared to like a really high quality like hemp insert right here, which is really absorbent. Something that I love about this brand, not just brand, but this cloth nappy in particular, is the fact that I knew that when I would use this, that he is safe for the next couple of hours at least, because it's really absorbent and really trustworthy. All of the pocket nappies that I've mentioned actually also have the usual system of sizing. So in case you guys wanted to check these out, make sure that you check out my reviews for each one of those. But basically you can make it the size that you need it for your baby to make them as comfortable as possible. And to wrap up, basically I'm loving the inserts. I really think that it's a good popper system, and even though with the cut at the front, because it's got the poppers, I don't need to be worried about it wriggling about too much. It's only when I add an extra one if I needed to. 4th place already, guys. We're through this in a flash, but I wanted to share with you guys Bare Bot. I absolutely love this brand. Very British, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But basically they've got like the Scottish cow as well. But I've got these bears, and I love the fact that they've asked for more ideas as to what other designs they can bring out, and I can't wait for those. I've specifically asked for a cheeky monkey for my son, so fingers crossed that that comes through. They have the usual system for sizing, but actually I feel like this one has a lot more. So if you're like or your baby is in an in-between size, this one will probably do you really well. The other thing is this one's an all-in-one. So unlike the others, which are just normal pocket nappies, this is one of my first ones that I tried that was an all-in-one, apart from the Bambino Mio ones. And it's a little bit different, that it's connected on both sides, and yes, it takes a while to dry. That's probably the only downside to this cloth nappy, but the material inside is such high quality. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it's mostly hemp. Like in the middle as well, there's extra material because I can feel it. And basically I just found it really like safe and trustworthy, in the sense that I knew that there won't be any spillages, because there's such like a mass, it's so wide that I found that it's really snug, and no matter where he would pee, up here especially, I wouldn't have to worry about it. And the other thing that I loved is that I could actually insert like an extra insert in here, and basically it wouldn't move around anywhere. So basically I absolutely loved this cloth nappy. So definitely do recommend. Number 3, and it was very hard for me to leave them at number 3, because I do feel like they could have been my top 2, but I'll explain the others in a minute, because there's a lot of changes that I've been through since my son have been going through potty training and stuff. So I'll explain that in a second. However, Bell's Bums is a brand that I've tried and tested and loved. They've got so much, so the wide range is probably one of the reasons why I love them so much. Not only is it like the usual pocket nappy, they unfortunately also have the gap at the front, but like in terms of what you can add into them, I believe this is actually an old version of their cloth nappies, that they've got a new one where you can use a popper system to pop other things into, and that's what brings me to their accessories. So I think this cloth nappy, or their pocket nappy, is so versatile because of the accessories that they have. So for example, you know I mentioned the fact that there's a Bambino Mio wrap. Well, you can use a Bell's Bums wrap and actually use the Bambino Mio cover over the top of that. So it's really lovely material. You can usually tell that it's a Bells Bums thing because of the rainbow trim, but basically look at this one. So I believe this one's a Z soaker. It's got like the leg gussets here, and it's got like a shape to it already. So like if you pop it on, because there's poppers here, that's why I was talking about the popper system earlier, like you can tell that your soilage and the wetness isn't going anywhere, right? So it's a really good shape. You've also got the charcoal liner as well to keep your baby's bottom clean and basically free of stains, right? This is the usual Bells Bums insert that it came with, really high quality. I do think it's actually a mix. I can kind of feel microfiber in there, but I believe that they also do really high quality ones. Obviously you'd have to pay a little bit more for that. There's also a popper in this, and this is a pre-fold. So I would use a Bambino Mio ones, but they don't have a popper. So if you're using a Bells Bums one and you've got the popper, you can easily pop that into the pocket nappy. I don't think this one has that. However, if you buy the version 2, I believe, you would be able to. And then the last one is this huge one at the back. It's really wide. Like, it just depends what your needs are, what you want to do. You can be versatile. You can try 2 at the same time, which I have done and worked really well. They've got really quality stuff. Their designs are fantastic. They've got such a wide range. But basically what I'm trying to say is that these guys are experts. They're experts in the cloth nappies. They've done such a wide range. There's lots of places that sell them as well. So whatever your needs, I'm sure Bells Bums can go for it. And they actually have a Facebook group where if you've got any questions, you can just go onto this group and ask them. Somebody will come back to you within the day. So that is my number 3. So it's a little bit cheating because it's not actually one cloth nappy in particular, but I do think that it's a really good versatile option. Number 2, so second place, guys. This is a Bambino all-in-one, and I'll take this out to show you guys. It's connected, that's where it's an all-in-one. It's got an insert that has a little pocket there where you can just stick that in and then reinsert it really easily. It's a really good option, especially if you're starting out, to try out. It's got Velcro, so let me talk a little bit about Velcros in a second. But what I wanted to say is that actually the insert that goes inside is microfiber and isn't the best. So I've actually heard of people who have cut out that insert and use the outer shell, let's say like a pocket nappy, and add their own inserts into it. Whatever your preference, I've actually used this and added my own as extras because it didn't bother me. Dries really quickly. So let's talk about the Velcro side of things. So at the very beginning, I kind of stopped using Bambino Mios all-in-ones because of the Velcro side of things. My son ended up walking really early, unvelcroing himself really early. So I sort of had to learn how to like put cloth nappies on him whilst he's on the go, but at the same time he's also unvelcroing himself. Even though it'll be quite good to like wrap it around him really quickly, he'd just go and end up like unvelcroing himself because it was mostly in the summer. But if you put clothes on him, I found it really easy to actually just keep this one on. And the reason we started using it in the future is because my mum-in-law ended up having some trouble with her hands, whether it's arthritis or something, but it was actually hurting her to do the poppers. So I'm kind of glad we ditched the Alva nappies at the very beginning anyway, that are really hard to like pop. So we ended up getting a lot more Velcro cloth nappies for my mum-in-law when she was looking after my son. I know some people who absolutely swear by this nappy and absolutely love it, but the reason why I had to put it second place, and that is because recently my son has gone through potty training, and even though we've potty trained throughout the day, we actually still put a nappy on him during the night time, just because I think he's a little bit young to like figure out not to pee during the night or to wake him up or whatever. I just think it's a little bit too soon. So we've been using nighttime nappies as usual. However, so that I don't have to do more washing, I've been using and cheating the system a little bit because I'm breaking all the rules. I'm not supposed to be using normal cloth nappies for nighttime, but I am. I'm using a Bambino all-in-one during the nighttime for his nighttime cloth nappy. And due to this versatility, the fact that I find it super easy to just like pop it on him, then put some PJs on, and then he's actually great for the night. He's finding like the other ones a little bit more constricting, so the actual nighttime nappy ones. So I do feel like we're going to be using these ones in the near future still, until he learns how to wee or not wee during the night time. So the versatility of this nappy is one of the reasons I've put it into second place. First place and a #1 winner for top cloth nappies of 2023, drum roll please, and that is Littles and Blooms. Basically, I think I have a sentimental attachment to Littles and Blooms. Firstly, this is the nappy and the brand that I started out my journey with. So a couple of years ago, I bought 26 off of a lady locally, and basically it was at a cheap rate. I bought a bundle. I decided to do cloth nappies, and I'm like, right, I've got a bundle, I've got enough. She actually taught me at the doorstep how to use these inserts and put it together and stuff like that, and I was very excited. And basically these have been through thick and thin. I've tried to use them as nighttime nappies. Don't do that, it doesn't work. They seem to just like absorb all the moisture, and actually his PJs get wet and stuff. So yeah, don't do that. But they've got plenty of different designs. They've got the sizing that you need to. So I started cloth napping my son from 3 months. They have the versatility of just a normal pocket nappy, so you can just add all of the inserts that you want to inside, which I do and did. But basically, even if you're not buying it secondhand, you can buy them at a really cheap, affordable rate. They go pretty well. Like, try out Amazon, for example. But what I'm trying to say is that the reason why I would put them first is because I would wash them at 40, at 60, they'd like stay or stained, and they've got soilage day after day. They've been in buckets, they've been just dried up muck inside. I've been taking them out on out and about journeys. I've even stripped these cloth nappies. If you wanted to have a look at how you strip cloth nappies, I've done a video on that as well. But essentially, these nappies have been through everything. Not only have I been through a lot with these nappies, but also the lady that I bought them off of, she used to smoke, and these stunk before I got them, and then I got them, and then I had to wash them and rewash them and rewash them to get these out. I've used scented stuff, so even oils and things that you're not supposed to use on cloth nappies. So I didn't know back then that you weren't supposed to use on them. They still survived that, and they've still got their elasticity. But what I was trying to say is that she used it on kids as well. So she said she had 4 kids. So imagine if some of these nappies she used on 4 children, and then she passed it on to me on the 5th child. I've gone through goodness knows what with these nappies, and they still survived. That they still look good, they're still functional, and I could still do whatever the bejesus I would like to do with these nappies. Basically, they are my winners, and I hope you guys agree. I'd love to know what nappies you guys would recommend for 2023, and which ones are the best ones that you've been trying out. As I said, check out the sheet that I've put together for you guys. Hopefully you'll find some more great information there, if not a discount. And basically, thank you so much for watching this video. I do appreciate you guys coming along, and thank you for joining me on this journey. I can't believe I've been doing it for over 2 years now, and I've tried over 20 brands. That's fantastic, and I was super excited to do this video for you guys, so I hope that you enjoyed it. I'll be sure to come back with you guys with more mum content in the coming weeks. Make sure to check me out every Friday, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks so much, and take care. Bye.